All right, the next thing that happens on the super important to attend draft day after the rookie draft is free agency. And it's basically like an auction draft. So you'll definitely want to make sure you're in attendance for this. You will already have your roster, right, of players that you had before. And you will look at how much money they make, and you will have a cap space. So I added up all of my salaries, and that subtracted from 200 was 76. So I'd have $76 to go into free agency with. Now there'll be two different types of free agents. There will be everybody's restricted free agents that used to be on the roster, and there'll be some unrestricted free agents, which are players that nobody owned. Any of these players can be bid upon. If you bid upon somebody that nobody owned, like say Dwayne Wade, okay, I don't think he's owned by anybody. If you bid on Dwayne Wade, there was no former owner of Dwayne Wade, so during the auction, if somebody bids $1 and nobody matches or nobody takes another bid, then you get them for $1, okay? Now, restricted free agents, if somebody bids on, say, Darius Miller, if they say, okay, I want Darius Miller for $1, and he gets bid up to, say, $4 by somebody, okay? It gets to come back to me, and I get to say match or let him go. So let's say DT bids $4 for Darius Miller. I say match. I'll pay him $4. DT can make a final bid. He can say, okay, fine, $6. And then it comes back to me for my final match. I can say, yep, match for $6. Or I can say, fine, DT, take him for $6. That'll be the same case for Darius Miller, for Reggie Bullock, for Devin Booker, for Kevin Durant, for any free agent, okay? There will be a high bid. So let's do again Darius Miller. There'll be a high bid by DT. I won't even be in the initial auction because I own him. So I'm just going to sit out, see what the high bid is. DT for $4. Then I get a chance to match or let him go. And then there'll be a final bid, and I have the chance to match or let him go. So again, in summary, if they're unrestricted, if nobody had them last year, at the end of the year, then whoever wins the first auction gets them at that price. If they're a restricted free agent from somebody's team, then whoever wins the auction, then it goes back to the previous owner. He can match or let him go. The winner has a final bid. The previous owner can match or let him go. That will happen. We'll go through all these free agent picks until teams are satisfied. They have all the people they want to pick. We will then say the free agent draft is done. One thing to keep in mind during the free agent draft. Yes, the salary cap is $200. You probably don't want to spend $200. I set a maximum during our draft this year of $180. And some people complained to me like that $20 was not enough to make ad drops during the year. So if you thought $20 was not enough to make ad drops during the year, then make sure you don't have your salary cap go over $180, because then you'd be stuck with only $20 to make ad drops during the year. Maybe stop yours at $170 or something like that. You're always dealing with a $200 cap space, so use it how you will. Let's get into some scenarios. Franchise tag scenario. Let's say I do franchise Devin Booker, and Cole says, I want Devin Booker. Or Cole says, let's put Devin Booker up for auction, and Cole starts it at $1. And he gets bid up to, say, $20, okay? Cole wins him for $20. I can say match, or I can say let go. If I say let go, Cole gets him for $20, but I get Cole's first round pick next year. Here's another scenario. Let's say nobody bids on Devin Booker because they're like, I don't want to give up a first round pick, man. He's cool, but he's not that cool. He then if nobody bids on him during the free agency draft, he goes to my team, but I have to pay. He automatically is on my team, and I have to pay $25 for him. Okay, that's his set contract, and he comes onto my team with that. Now, there's other players that might not get bid on during the free agency draft. Let's say Kem Birch, Larry Nance, and Luke Kennard. Nobody brings them up for auction because nobody wants them on their team, whatever. At the end of the draft, I have the choice of just saying, yeah, I don't want them either. They're free agents now. Or saying, I'll take them back on my team for $1 on the minimum deal. Cool? After the free agency draft is done, your roster might look like this. Okay? You will have your team from before, and I just made up some dudes that were restricted free agents that I could pick. All right? And my cap space was 76. After I picked up all these guys here, Okafor, Hayward, Lynn, Green, Dinwiddie, and Favors, now all of a sudden, that was $43 more. Now all of a sudden, all I have is $33 for cap space. And let's say I did draft Marvin Bagley, okay? And I wanted to have him on my team. Now all of a sudden, I just have $19 for cap space. And let's say I wanted to keep Luke Kennard on my team. Then I just have $18 for cap space. Your cap space will change as you purchase players in the free agency draft. Also, they will not come with years assigned, and you don't have to assign them at the draft. In fact, I will not accept you to assign them at the draft. You can tell me what you'll do, but I'm not going to mark it down. That you have all the way until the year starts, okay? So if you get Kevin Durant and you paid him $35, or not 35, like $55 or $65 to get Kevin Durant, and then he blows out his knee during the offseason, you can just give him a 1-year deal or whatever you want to do with him, okay? You don't have to give him a contract length until the offseason. Also, you will see that after a year has gone by, all of my contracts have gone down a year. I still have the same year-length maximums for my roster. I can still give 2 separate 4-year contracts, but I can't give them to these people because they already have their contracts. So I would just look down here. Maybe I want to give Marvin Bagley a 4-year contract, and maybe I want to give Gordon Hayward a 4-year contract, okay? I can use my 4-year contracts on my rookies or my free agents that I picked up. I cannot change the years of these people's contracts because they are locked in. So if I looked at this team, I have 2 4-year contracts. Now I can always give out 4 different 3-year contracts. And right now I only have 2 of them. 1, 2, Kyrie and Gary. So if I want to, I can give 2 of these guys 3-year contracts. And then I think it was 6 2-year deals. And I can look here and I can be like, I only have 4 of them right now. So I can give out 2 more of those. Some teams, like I think Cole's trading for D'Angelo Russell. So right now that'd give his team 3 different dudes on 4-year deals. That's fine. When you got to the offseason, those guys would become 3 years, right? You'd have 1, 2, 3 people with 3-year deals. That means instead of like most of us who will have 2 3-year deals that we can put in, he will just have 1 less. Let me know if that makes sense. Then we will go into the season, and things will move forward from there. Thanks for watching the videos. Let me know what made sense. Ask me on some clarifying issues. Please come to the draft. After the draft, we will also, I'll tell you about some little growing pains I see, like the taxi squad will be a little bit tricky. I'll tell you why that'll be a little bit tricky. Or sorry, the G League will be a little bit tricky. I'll tell you why. And we can vote on some rule changes. Like there's some pretty good things brought up by Smith and by Boric and other people that we can vote on to maybe change things around in the league slightly. But I want people to be there for a vote on that. All right, cool. Enjoy.